Namanda, 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 namanda.
Good morning. Welcome to today's Shotsuki monthly memorial service. My name is Denny Terao, and I will be the chairperson today. Reverend Fujimoto will read the names of those who have passed away in the month of January. Those observing the monthly memorial for loved ones, please come forward and offer incense.
Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu and Happy New Year. Nice to start off with our Shotsuki service for first one for 2025. January, we have a good number of names, so I'm going to read them fairly quickly, and please listen carefully and come up. Akinaga, Kosuzu, Arai, Mariko, Ago, Matao, Bell, Georgiana, Date, Seitaro, Endo, Michio, Fuji, Aso, Fujikawa, Infant, Haruko, Fujishima, Shige, Fukuda, Kasuke, Goto, Kazuo, Hamachi, Harajiro, Haramaki, Saburo, Hashimoto, Inokichi, Hirai, Yasoji, Hirotsuka, Yoshitaro, Honda, Infant, Patty Ann. Ikeda, Darlene, Ikegaki, Shima, Imazumi, Shigetoshi, Imazumi, Tetsujiro, Ishii, Infant, Iwamura, Yoshiko, Jelinek, Harriet. Kadowaki, Infant, Seizen, Kamiji, Sakuei, Kanda, Mitsugi, Kato, Karen, Kato, Roy, Kato, Teiju, Kanzaki, Sen, Kawahara, Infant, Masaru, Kawakami, Momoye, Kihara, Tomekichi, Kikugawa, Sadaichi, Kitashima, Shino, Yoshino, Koga, Toki, Komatsu, James, Komatsu, Shintaro, Kuge, Utsuru, Kumagai, Masakichi, Kumamoto, Kyo, Kuroki, Suzy, Kwan, Kazuko, Hideshima, Lu, Yongju, Matsuzaki, Su, Maeda, James, Shunso, Maeda, Sentaro, Maruyama, Hatsutaro, Maruyama, Infant, Samantha, Matsumoto, Michiko, Matsumoto, Shoji, Matsushita, Jiu, Miyazaki, Jinkichi, Mori Hisayo, Morikawa Frank, Morikawa Aida, Murakoshi Keitaro, Naito Reverend Shozen, Nakai Ronald S. Nakamura Aisaburo, Nakamura Infant Yoneo, Nakano Infant, Nakano Haruye Lillian, Nakano Infant Mitsuo, Nakaso Jiro, Nakayama Hanae, Nemoto Yone, Nishida Fude, Nishida Uichi, Nomura Infant Shizuye, Nomura Tomojiro, Norie Tomojiro, Ogata Kijiro, Ogawa Tsurue, Oye Dick M, Okada Infant Akira, Okada Noboru, Patel Ryoko, Rice Suzy, Rodriguez Beniz, Endo Fumiko, Saito Kamekichi, Sato Kimiko, Sekigahama Infant Chizuko, Shibata Koyuri, Shintani Harumi, Shintani Kazuo, Sueyasu Kiyono, Suga Setsuko, Sugaya Hisako, Sugiyama Matsutaro, Sugiyama Osamu, Sugiyama Shigeki, Takada Fusaji, Takagi Machi, Takano Ine, Takeshima Infant Isao, Tamura Tatsuno, Tateyama Umeko, To Kindan, Tsuchiya Infant Kazuo, Umene Mitsuko, Wada Chozo, Yamagami Yoneichi Tom, Yamamoto Kiyoshi, Yamamoto Infant Yoshio, Yamaoka Yoshiko, Yamasaki Yoneko, Yamashita Kitaro, Yano Juro, Yokoyama Ralph, Yonekura Moyo, these are the Shotsuki names for the month of January. If there are additions or corrections, please notify the office. Thank you.
We will now have the Sambujo on pages 24 and 25, followed by the reading of the Hyobyakumo by Reverend Fujimoto.
Gyogakumon. Today, on this occasion of the Shotsuki service for the month of January, members of our temple families have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three Amidas. Namu Kie Butstu, Namu Kie Ho, Namu Kie So. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Please repeat the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda.
We will now have Sutra chanting Amida Kyo on page 103.
下大名車輪等式証拠公式要項釈式釈項逆式逆項微妙項結者利法国羅国土小重量税空力証拠武者利法異文国土調査見学高校二次修略六次理由曼荼羅傾国修上上位小単各異形国上修行形修行単法十万六物職位自治検討本国本地領業シャリオ国羅国土上重量税空力証拠物資シャリオ異国上集中奇妙雑式市長学校空弱法務者利下領民が公明市長霊長州長長夜六時水和デモン高音年長高根合力死亡大文発祥の分量性東方合同修正音声音に外出念仏念法念僧シャリ法の持つ意心上実生産少々少々医者が異部国土無産悪種シャリ法公部国土小無産悪道士名教実聖書宗教改正阿弥陀仏力量法本泉流園芸調査シャリ法異部国土民風水道総合住流法羅網水味妙本理妙百千十学同時草門税音者大事念上念仏念法念相死心ありを大部国土上重量税空力証文ナ
Please stand for Gatha, Namu Amida Butstu 1 on page 96 in the White Book, and remain standing for the reading of the Jodo Shinshu Creed number 1 on page 12 in the Purple Book.
Purple Books, page 12. Jodo Shinshu Creed number 1. All together. Entrusting the vow of the Buddha and reciting the sacred name, I shall proceed through the journey of life with strength and joy, revering the light of the Buddha, reflecting upon my imperfect self. I shall strive to live a life of gratitude, following the teachings of the Buddha, discerning the right path. I shall spread the true Dharma, rejoicing in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding one another. I shall do my best to work toward the welfare of society. Namu Amida Butstu. Namu Amida Butstu. Namu Amida Butstu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Please be seated.
Now, Reverend Fujimoto will share a Dharma message with us.
It's always nice to have our Shotsuki services and people come, families come, and parts of their family are encouraged to come. And so the family units come together and we can see who comes up at the different names. And I think it's a very reflective time for all of us to see our connections. And sometimes people come a distance, you know, more than just the very Alameda neighborhood, but a little bit further, coming here, making the effort to recognize and acknowledge those they have lost in their families. So it's always a very special thing. Today I wanted to share a story. It's about a memorial service that was done by a Reverend Ryuko Fujimoto, no relation to myself, but very interesting story. So kind of connects just this New Year's Day service. I had a story from Rinyo Shonin, and so at that time, a number of you weren't here. So one of the temple members speaking to the sensei, Rinyo Shonin, saying, I come to the temple, and when I listen, I know, gee, my mind is like pouring water into a basket. You know? When I listen to the Dharma message, you know, I'm filled with grateful feeling and a reverential feeling when I come to the temple. But when I leave, my mind just reverts to what it used to be. And so Renyo Sensei told him, put your basket into the water. So your whole body into the Dharma and not just your mind. Okay, so he's reminding us to soak our whole body into the teachings of the Dharma. Okay, so I thought at that time it's a nice story to start the new year, to remind ourselves not just to listen, you know, a little bit, but to immerse our whole bodies. Okay, so now I'll tell you the story of this Professor Ryuko Fujimoto. He's from Ryukoku University. He was a very well-known, well-established scholar. He had written books and lectured, and so he was invited to the Institute of Buddhist Studies in Berkeley to come and speak to the classes of the students there. And so while he was spending time here in the Bay Area, family asked him if he could come to their home to conduct a memorial service for a family member. And he was able to do so. His schedule was clear, so he agreed to come. And so the family was so happy that such a lofty sensei, professor, would be able to come and provide this service for their family. And so they set the exact date and time, and the sensei was set to come, and they made their home altar, you know, cleaned it up and beautiful, set it up with nice omanju and fruits and flowers and candle. And so they were so happy to have this such an acclaimed and renowned sensei coming to their home to lead this service. Okay, so the sensei came and he led the sutra chanting, and he provided this message. And he wanted to share this message that was from Genshin. So Genshin is the sixth master of our Jodo Shinshu tradition. Okay, let me show you. Can you see me? Can you hear me from here? This is Genshin. Okay, sixth of the seven masters. Next to him is Genku, so also known as Honen. So this is Shinran's direct teacher, and he learned from the writings of Genshin. Okay? Last week's story from Renyo, sitting on this side. Okay? So when you come up to Oshoko, you can take a peek. He's a little skinny one in the corner. So the way to get used to the scrolls of the masters that we have here, and so I thought I would point that out. So this is a story from the writings of Genshin that this Fujimoto sensei was using in his talk. And in it, he says, listen, all sentient beings, excluding birth in the three evil realms. The three evil realms are the realm of hell, the realm of hungry ghosts, the realm of brute animals. Okay? To be born a human is a great joy. No matter how humble your position in life, it is not inferior to that of a brute animal. Regardless of how poor your family, it is wealthier than that of a hungry ghost. Although all your wishes may not be realized, your life does not have the suffering to be experienced in hell. Okay, so pointing out in his talk from the stories of Genshin that this is our good fortune that we were born into this realm of human beings. Okay, so Genshin is telling us through this story that it's really special to be a human being. Okay, even if we have lower social status, it's better than being a brute animal like an ox working in the field, or a mule or something pulling a plow in the field day after day. Even if we are poor, okay, still better than being one of the hungry ghosts that does not even have anything. Even if we don't receive what we have, it's still not like suffering in a realm of hell. So being human, we have all these benefits just by being human. And so this Reverend Fujimoto, he wanted to make the point that living a human life is our opportunity to elevate ourselves, to reach the Pure Land, to become a Buddha ourselves. So he's telling this story at his memorial service, okay? So he's trying to emphasize, let them know how fortunate we are, how fortunate that family is to be human. And so many are not as fortunate, okay, in these other realms. And he added the point that, we are even luckier than people who are deaf, that they couldn't hear the teachings. They're not able to hear the teachings. So he made this point, okay? So in this story, as he was visiting with the family, I could tell you a little bit more about Genshin. He's talking about the realms, and he had written all about these different realms of human existence and the Pure Land and the different realms of hell. And so Genshin in particular wrote about all these things really descriptively. So because of this, people got to know what the sense of Buddhist hell was, and they were really, gee, I don't want any part of that. I don't want to go to this Buddhist hell. And so he also wrote so beautifully about the Pure Land, that people wanted to be born into the Pure Land. They even have plays. I think there's Tendai tradition, but certain areas of Japan, they have this very, very elaborate play, and the scene shows where bodhisattvas come down to our realm. Someone passes away, and through reciting the Nembutsu, they are led to the Pure Land to meet directly with Amida Buddha. It's very, very elaborate, and Professor Mark Blum had pictures of this, that he went to see this play. It's incredible, incredible. Okay, so this Genshin wrote about the Pure Land, so through his writings, everyone wanted to go there, and through his writings, no one wanted to fall into these terrible realms of hell, okay? So I think when Genshin was teaching this meditative practice of Nembutsu, the point was meditation and to visualize Amida Buddha, visualize Amida coming to meet us, okay? And just Namu Amida Butsu as a recitation was just one aspect of the practice of Nembutsu. So when Honen, number 7, read these teachings of Genshin, he thought that Genshin purposely introduced the recitation of the Nembutsu by reciting the Nembutsu and being able to attain a birth, enter the Pure Land. He's saying he's introducing this because it's so easy and so effective and the most compassionate, because anybody could do it. Okay? So it's like opening up the teachings to all beings and not just the elite few who could do these very special meditative practices and be successful. Okay, so this is kind of showing the evolution of the Nembutsu teachings and how Honen got the teachings from Genshin and what was taught later to Shinran Shoni. So this is kind of the transmission and how the Nembutsu teachings evolved into what we did now. Okay. So back to the story. Fujimoto Sensei told this story and telling this family how very fortunate we all are and how this family's real fortunate. And so in making this point to the family, and after the talk, the sensei asked the family, do you have any questions on what I've just said? And so the head of the family, the older man, he raised his hand and said, Sensei, thank you so much for giving your talk. I'm so grateful that I was able to hear it. And he says, to tell you the truth, unfortunately, my own daughter cannot hear, cannot speak. And so Fujimoto Sensei thought, oh my goodness, of all the stories I could tell, I told this one, mentioning how deaf people can't hear the Dharma, and his own daughter is deaf, right? So he felt terrible that he gave this talk, this particular talk, to this family, okay? And so the family, Sensei was shocked and surprised, but the family was said, the father said, I learned that I should be grateful to hear the Nembutsu teachings. Okay, I'm not as dedicated as I should be. Okay, he was like one of us who the teachings just go in and out instead of immersing himself in the water of the Dharma. Okay, so hadn't been listening enough, but through this talk, he's seeing his daughter as his Buddha. She's the one that's teaching him how fortunate he is to just have a normal human life. Okay, and so he said, gee, I should be so ashamed of myself. My daughter is unable to hear any of the teachings, but you're pointing out to me all the more that I'm so fortunate. I'm so fortunate. And so this is how the talk struck him. And so he thought, yeah, my daughter is my teacher. My daughter is my Buddha. From now on, I should listen more deeply. I should go to services more often and listen. Look at how I have these capabilities, and even my own daughter does not. Okay. So some people, if they had been in that position, maybe they would have felt slighted, and how dare this sensei talk about my daughter who is suffering so much, but this person in particular took the talk that this sensei is talking to me, talking directly to me, and I should listen carefully. I should listen more deeply from now on. And so now, because of their talk, she became his teacher. She became his Buddha. Okay, so a different perspective totally. And so when we think of ourselves, we are surrounded by good teachings, good teachers, good friends, and through this, we are able to awaken to a world of deep gratitude. So this is our Nembutsu path. Okay, so please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your message today. Please stand for Gatha, We Are One, on pages 150 to 152 in the White Book. Thank you to those who helped with the altar preparations, with the service today, to Reverend Dennis. Thank you also to Morgan Hashimoto, who is working on our YouTube. Altar flowers were arranged by Jackie, Dorothy, and Lenny, of course our organist Lenny, and to all those who brought refreshments for today's memorial service. Do we have any newcomers visiting today? Nope. All familiar faces today. Great. Just a few announcements to make. Let's see. Next Sunday, January 12th, will be the All Beings Memorial Service and Birthday Sunday. We have a very special guest speaker, our own Dr. Dorothy Okamoto. Sunday, June 19th, will be the installation service of temple and Abba officers for the new term. And then it will be our temple's New Year's party. So if you're planning to attend the party and especially the service, please RSVP to Gail Okada. And then on Sunday, January 26th, will be our family service and a session with Ask Reverend Dennis. Do we have any other announcements to make? Okay. No. Gail?
We're starting to collect items for our Japanese treasures sale, so you can drop them off to the table with a social hall every time you're here for services. The sale is at the end of April, so people we can bring, and we'd like to see you and appreciate your help if you can get them through the time.
Okay, thank you, Gail. Sensei?
Okay, for next week's service, the All Beings Memorial, if you have pictures of pets and such, we can place them on the altar. So it's always nice. We usually get a few people remember to bring pictures of their pets that they have lost. And so I think it's always special. Okay, so try to remember, bring them early, and we'll set them up. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for attending this morning's service. Please come up to Oshoko and then join us for refreshments in the social hall. Thank you.
could not.